In this third video, we will look at Pipedrive loss reasons and activities as part of your sales data. By now, you have completed 80% of the project. We just need to go through lost reasons, activities, and products. Let's start with lost reasons. You might know that you can add lost reason to deal once you mark it as a lost. However, how to make them usable? That's the most important question. Lost reasons is a big part of data model we create for clients in Pipedrive. We always see that companies allow to add any text to lost reason. And when we ask what percentage of deals are lost due to specific reason, nobody knows that answer in the company because it's impossible to analyze different type of entries. The secret is one, make sure you can learn and make decisions from lost reasons. Let's look at the examples provided. What is a good and what is a bad reason? Bad example would be compared us with different companies and chose someone else. Okay, yes, it does tell us that we lost to a competitor. However, it doesn't give us any reason. Better example would be compare us with competitor A. We identify the company and chose them because of pricing package. So now we know what we should be doing. What can we do with this good loss reason? We can check competitor pricing packages and see if we can replicate them or make sure that we are ready to convince customers about your pricing. Another one is they couldn't afford our services. This one is very popular. What about didn't have budget this quarter? That tells us that we can create a scheduled activity next quarter to check on their budget. Third example would be no internal buy-in. What does it mean? Who wasn't convinced? We have zero knowledge about who wasn't convinced. Good example would be CEO wasn't convinced. Then we can work on sales enablement and inclusion of all the CEOs in the deal negotiation. Went with another solution. What about wasn't convinced about return on investment? Then we can create direct return investment calculator that we can share with our potential clients. So as you see, it's all about questioning what you write as a lost reason. Can I make any conclusions and can I make a change? Does it provide me enough information if I want to take action? Another level is product level, and that is usually very ignored in Pipedrive. Products is a very flexible feature on Pipedrive. First thing to note, you don't have to add physical products. It can be services. So it means that any kind of company can use products feature on Pipedrive. Second is products help you streamline your proposals. If you add them to your deal, third-party software like PandaDoc takes that information and adds them to proposal with just one click. How can you add more data to your products? Make sure that you first customize unit, price, category, and taxes. Units doesn't have to be just kilograms or liters. Other examples could be milestone, project, hour, week, workshop, anything relates to services. Prices are per unit, and you can customize the currency in Pipedrive. Now, categories are self-explanatory. However, there are two limitations on Pipedrive. First one is you can't add subcategories. And The second one is you don't get reports on product categories in Pipedrive Insights. So the only reason which is still important to use categories is for sales rep navigation convenience. Finally, the taxes are important to add, especially if you plan to use products data to send proposals. Then taxes would be also transferred to the proposal. Activity level data is an exciting opportunity to think about your sales process or workflow. Why should you spend time on customizing activities? What are other reasons why you should spend your precious time? First one is sales managers are responsible for productivity of their team. What can be a better tool than looking at specific activities they're performing during sales cycle? Second one, as sales reps are actively documenting the activities on Pipedrive, they're also guided by choices that you added and are reminded on what should be done. The final one is while creating a list of activities, you could identify automation opportunities or simple things like email template usage gap. Here we have 4 different types of activity groups as examples: outreach methods, research activities, internal activities, proposal activities. Each business can have more or less. Let's talk about the first one, outreach methods and channels. If you want to track how much time and effort your sales rep is spending on specific channel, it could be a great idea to have activity with the name of channel. Here examples LinkedIn message, Twitter message, instead of just message. Many companies also do a lot of research. If you want to see what type of research takes most time, name all of them. Is it buying committee research or technographics research that you spend most time on? We also know that internal activities can be a real time eater. If you feel that's the case with your company, make sure that sales reps have all internal activities available on Pipedrive too. Finally, proposal activities. There's a reason why it takes so much time to receive proposal from most of the companies. Their time is not optimized because nobody knows what needs to be done to send that proposal, and that's why the time is never optimized. I want to remind that these are just examples. Your sales process can have very different activities. The goal is to diagnose your biggest time wasting activities and possibly automate them. You are almost there. If you have questions, please make sure to leave them below in the comments. If you need help with business automation, then you can always book me with the link that is in the description below. For all future videos, we will cover many different tools and many different processes for business automation. Please subscribe now.